Parents, teachers, students, and family members of our Primary 5 students. As Minister for Education and Culture, I am pleased to offer congratulatory remarks to those primary school students who were successful this year. Throughout the territory, a total of 375 students sat these exams. 317 were successful and 58 were unsuccessful. This shows a pass rate of 84.53%. The following is a breakdown of the Primary 5 results for all schools. On Just Van Dyke Primary had 3 students sitting the exams, 2 were successful. On Anigada, the CLAUDIA CREQUE Educational Center Primary Division had 7 students sitting the exams, all were successful. On Virgin Gorda, Assembly of God Cornerstone Primary had 10 students sitting the exams, 9 were successful. Little Rainbow School had 8 students sitting the exams, 5 were successful. St. Mary's School had 2 students sitting the exam, who were both successful. Robinson O'Neill Memorial Primary had 12 students sitting the exams, all were successful. BREGADO FLAX Educational Center Primary Division had 15 students sitting the exams, all were successful. On Tortola, the AGAPÉTOTAL Life Academy had 8 students sitting the exams, all were successful. Alexandrina MADURO Primary had 14 students sitting the exams, 9 were successful. Scatliff Primary had 87 students sitting the exams, 70 were successful. BVI 7th Adventist Primary had 24 students sitting the exams, 22 were successful. Ebenezer Thomas Primary had 23 students sitting the exams, 20 were successful. ENIS Adams Primary had 19 students sitting the exams, 15 were successful. First Impressions Primary had 6 students sitting the exams, all were successful. Francis LETTSOME Primary had 26 students sitting the exams, 22 were successful. Isabella Morris Primary had 17 students sitting the exams, 10 were successful. Ivan Dawson Primary had 16 students sitting the exams, 15 were successful. Joyce Samuel Primary had 18 students sitting the exams, 13 were successful. Leonora Delville Primary had 11 students sitting the exams, 9 were successful. St. George's Primary had 25 students sitting the exams, 22 were successful, and Whittle Whitley Primary had 22 students sitting the exams, all were successful. Michael Chen and Guillaume Parkins, who are both male students, are respectively the highest achievers on the Primary 5 exams. Both students attend the First Impressions Primary School. Congratulations to both of these students, and I encourage them to continue to achieve with excellence as they move on to secondary school. This year, there were 24 students who qualified to take supplementary exams. 10 were successful. I offer congratulations to all principals, teachers, and staff of our primary schools. Thanks for your commitment to our students and their education. Your tireless work has not gone unnoticed. I would especially like to congratulate the principals, teachers, and staff of the 8 schools in our territory in which all students were successful in the Primary 5 exams. Those schools are AGAPÉTOTAL Life Academy, BREGADO FLAX Educational Center, CLAUDIA CREQUE Educational Center, First Impressions Primary, Robinson O'Neill Memorial Primary, St. Mary's Primary, Validay School, and Whittle Whitley Primary. While we celebrate our students, we also celebrate all teachers and their contribution to their success. To our students who will be moving on to secondary school, I can assure you that high school will not be a walkover. It will be a challenging experience for you all. You will meet lots of new teachers and new schoolmates. There'll be new ways of doing things. Make the most of your secondary education. Accept the challenges and commit yourselves to your studies. To the 58 students who were unsuccessful this year, I encourage you to use this unsuccessful event as a springboard to progress. Reflect on the situation, identify ways to improve your academic performance, create a plan for success, and stick to it. As was done for the first time last year, those students who are ages 11 to 12 will have the opportunity to return to primary school to improve on their skills before going on to secondary school. Those students who are already 14 years will be registered in the remedial programs which exist at the public secondary schools. Those students who are 13 years will have the option to remain at the primary level to further build their skills or be registered in the remedial program at the secondary level. I'm also pleased to remind the public that this marks the last year that our students in the territory will be sitting the primary 5 examinations as the measuring stick for continuing on to secondary school. Beginning next school term, as was previously announced, the ministry will be implementing key stage testing as the key assessment tool. It will be introduced at the primary level in the core subjects of mathematics and English before it is implemented at the secondary level. By 2016, it is hoped to be in full effect in the core subjects of mathematics, English, social studies, and science at both primary and secondary levels. Key stage testing will shift the focus for territory-wide exams from being an assessment for placement to assessment for mastery of the necessary knowledge and skills required at the key stages. The Ministry of Education intends to promote natural learning to show mastery of the content so that students, when promoted as skilled, can compete and ensure that the Virgin Islands education system is one to be reckoned with. As Minister for Education, I will endeavor to find appropriate opportunities to provide equitable education for all students of this territory. I fervently believe that all of our children are blessed with gifts and talents that can be developed for them to make a positive contribution to our community. My challenge, and the challenge of our education system, is to develop ways to foster those talents and bring out the best in all our students. I want to take this time to encourage all parents, family members and friends of our students who will now be moving on to secondary school to remain as cheerleaders and supporters of those students and show the same enthusiasm for their academic progress now that they will be moving on to high school. These early adolescent years are crucial in helping them to develop a positive attitude of self, their education, and ultimately what sort of contribution they will make to our community professionally and socially. Parents, be positive examples and role models for your children. Pay attention to your child's academic progress. Study with your child. Know your child's strengths and weaknesses, and build relationships with their teachers and the school community. As we are now fully engrossed in the 2014 graduation season as a community, let us all continue to pray and ask God's blessing on all our students. Once again, to our primary 5 graduating class of 2014, congratulations.